Hello yogis, hello Journey Junkie tribe, and welcome back to the Zen Den. Today's class is all about building up strength so that we can fly in crow pose. The entire class is a dedicated sequence to both opening the lower body and strengthening the upper body so that we can experience a moment of flight. It's going to be so good. A few things before you unroll your mat. Number one, if you're not subscribed, hello, subscribe. Please like and comment on this video. And if you're not part of our online yoga community where you get tons of free epic resources, click the link in the description below and please join our community. We would love to have you. With that being said, I will be using 2 blocks towards the end of the practice. It's not required, but it will make the posture a lot easier. And unroll your mat and let's start to fly in crow pose. Alrighty, for this practice, we are going to start standing and get the heat building pretty quickly. So top of the mat, big toes together to touch, heels splay out just a tiny bit. Start to draw the energy up through the earth, activating the legs, activating the core, gently allowing the low back to release. Shoulders roll back, chest spreads open, long neck. Hands rest down by your sides and take 5 breaths. Feel free to close your eyes here. Come into the moment, bring the mind into the body, become present on the mat. All right, we're starting off with 3 sun salutation A's. It is your choice how you want to do these. I'm not going to cue it. You can take your own version of a sun salutation 3 times and we'll meet back at the top of the mat. I do recommend your first one be a more restorative version. Alrighty, so inhale the arms high, reach through the fingertips. Exhale to forward fold and move through your version of a sun salutation. Focus being on the breath, awakening the prana in our body. Making sure to stay in downward facing dog for 2 to 3 breaths. Pedaling out that first one like we always do. Where's your breath? Make sure you're cultivating it. Invite it onto the mat for today's practice. Stay close to it. You should be making your way to the top of the mat and starting your final sun salutation within the next few breaths. We'll all meet, hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra, connecting our body, mind, and soul in this moment. Take 3 breaths. Allow the movements to settle in, to integrate. To connect. One more breath. Alrighty, hands down by your sides, moving into Utkatasana. On an inhale breath, drop those hips, lift that chest, fire up the inner thighs, stretch both the back side and the front side body. This is a strong lengthening posture here. Another inhale. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Come up onto your tippy toes. Hug the core in, corset it in. And we're going to slowly lower all the way to our bums, meeting in Navasana. Once you get real low like here, open those legs wide, sit back, find boat pose, Navasana. So we're not extremely warm yet. Feel free to take a modified boat pose, hands under the thighs, really broadening through the heart, really squeezing the legs together here. Active toes. Two more breaths. And meet me on your back, coming into happy baby. So the entire practice is going to be a mixture of opening our hips and strengthening our upper body. Because crow pose, if you think about it, is this deep yogi squat and chaturanga-like arms. So we have to cultivate both of these openings as well as strengthening. In your happy baby, use the strength of your arms to pull your knees down by your rib cage, out toward the side. Now listen carefully. We're going to come into crow pose recline. So we're going to mimic what we would do on the ground. So release your feet, hug the knees in close to your chest, point the toes, and then rotate the wrists so the hands are stamping onto the ceiling. And imagine here that you're in crow pose. So active belly. On an inhale, lift up and round the back. Your back would be rounded here. Hug the inner thighs in. Fingers up towards the sky. This should be working your body. Breathe. One more inhale. Exhale, release, knees in towards the chest, Apanasana. Feel free to rock forward and back. Sorry, side to side, not forward and back. Alrighty, switch the grip, hands under the thighs, and now rock forward and back. Take your time and meet me up in Navasana boat pose. So once you think you've massaged the back enough, sit up. Find that boat pose, hug inner thighs, belly to spine, heart rolling back. Maybe you start to straighten the legs. All right, we're lowering to low boat. Inhale here. Exhale, low boat. You're making a canoe-like shape. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale it back. Exhale it low. Last time, inhale up and hold for 3, 2, 1. Cross right ankle over left. Hinge forward and meet me in a neutral tabletop pose. Stacking shoulders over wrists. Hips over knees. Normally we do a cat-cow pose here. We're just going to do cat, which is the rounding of the back, because in crow pose, you have to imagine we have that rounding sensation going on. So inhale here, neutral tabletop. Exhale, round. Push the earth away. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, round. Do that 3 more times on your own breath. Neutral tabletop, curl the toes under, pike the hips back and high, downward facing dog. One more breath here. Inhale the left leg back and high. Exhale, knee to left tricep. 3 times. Back and high. Knee to left tricep. Get it up there. Round the back. Again, knee to left tricep. This time hold, hold, hold. Step the left foot outside the left wrist. Soften down lizard pose. Right knee comes down to the earth. Feel free to bring blocks under your hands here to prop the chest up higher. We want length in the back. Use the strength of your inner thigh to keep your left knee tractioning in. And we're here for 5. Working into those hips. Working into the hip flexors. Listen carefully. We're going to step back and move through a chaturanga, and you can choose to take up dog if you want, or you can bring the knees down to do a chaturanga. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. So curl the right toes under, lift that back knee, step it back, plank pose, lower chaturanga. Meet us all in downward facing dog. Strength and mobility. We're working on both of it. Alrighty, right leg back and high. Knee to right tricep. Round, get it up there. Back and high. Right tricep. Last time. Right tricep. And hold, and step outside the right wrist. Lower the left knee down. Take your time. Make any micro movements you need coming into lizard pose. Alrighty, curl the left toes under, pick up the back leg, step the right foot back. You choose plank, chaturanga, maybe knees down. Choose to open your heart if you want. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. 3 breaths when you get there. Alrighty, left leg high, starting with the left. I know it's a little different. Exhale, knee to nose round. Take it back and high. Really see if you can connect your knee to your nose. Round. Back and high. Last one, knee to nose. Plant the foot, rise up, crescent pose. So stack that knee over the ankle. Square your hips off, hug belly button up and in as you rise up, crescent pose. Taking it into eagle pose. Here we go. Gaze forward. Find your drishti point. You might want to bring hands to heart center to help balance. Step off the back right leg and wrap the right leg around the left for Garudasana. Inhale the arms out. Exhale, left arm underneath right. We're holding for 5. Settle in. Hug everything into the midline. Where's the breath? Last inhale. Exhale, bring hands to hips, unwind, and step the right foot back about 2 to 3 feet, coming into pyramid pose. Pyramid pose, you want to square the hips off to the front of the mat. The back leg is at about 2 o'clock. Square hips, lift the heart. Exhale to come down halfway. Both legs are super active. Square hips again, reach through the crown of the head, and then fold forward. If you have blocks, you might want to bring your hands to blocks here. We're here for 5. Relax head and neck. Just allow your chest to melt over your front leg. Inhale to lift up your gaze. Listen carefully. We're coming into Gomukhasana. So this front leg, we're going to bend it and hug it in, and then slide the right knee right behind it. So left knee is in front of right knee, and then walk yourself back to sit in between your feet, yeah? Flex both toes, sit up nice and tall. You want your sitting bones rooting down. So if they're not rooted, hug the heels closer into the body. You could also sit up on a block, okay? Fingertips behind the back to start. Grow tall, hug the core in. Reach through the crown of the head. Big inhale. Keeping this length, start to fold forward. And then, oh yeah, the hips turn on. One more breath. And then allow the back to round and relax. Next inhale, lift the chest, walk the body up, hinge backwards, release the legs, the right leg goes to the top of the mat, the left heel hugs into the body. We're coming into Marichyasana A. Alrighty, so you want the left foot about 2 fists distance from the right thigh here. Flex the right toes back towards your face. Use your right hand to come across your shin. Reach the left hand high. Big inhale. Exhale to reach it towards the toes, and then flip the palm and wrap the left arm around the left shin. Maybe once you reach it back, you can take the right hand and find a bind, or grab onto your clothes, or use a strap or a towel. Once you're connected, big inhale. Exhale, reach your forehead towards your right toes. Are you breathing? Check back in with your body, your mind, your soul. Are you moving from an integrated space? Last inhale. And rise back up. Release the legs, and we're coming into 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃. So I've never taught this pose, and let me show you the modification first. So the modification is to bring the right foot, hug it in towards the groin, and then bring that left foot right back and repeat the same bind. If you have a half lotus pose, what you're gonna do is bring this right foot and you're gonna bring it into the crease of the leg right here, okay? Once you have it in the crease, you're going to bend the left knee again and drop the right knee down towards the earth, okay? So this does take hip and knee mobility. If you come into it and your knees are talking to you, come out of it, okay? So same thing, right hand in front of the shin, inhale up with the left arm, reach, come around. Maybe you catch that bind. Super nice stretchy twist from the Ashtanga series. Big inhale. Exhale and fold. Last inhale here. Slowly begin to unwind your body. Take your time. If you had the foot in the crease, take a moment, roll out that right ankle. And then plant the hands, move through your version of a vinyasa. So step back to plank, move through the motions, or take it straight back to downward facing dog. Alrighty, so let's move to the other side here. Inhale that right leg high. Knee to nose. Back and high. Knee to nose. Connect. Last time, back and high. Knee to nose, round. Step the foot. Rising up into crescent pose, so set your pose up. Align the body here and lift on up. Another inhale. Hands down through heart center. Find that drishti point. Step up into Garudasana, eagle pose. Left leg wraps around the right. Once you have your footing, inhale the arms wide. Exhale, right arm underneath left. You want to attempt to get the elbows in line with the shoulders and bring the hands away from the face and hug everything into the midline for 5. Last inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Slowly unwind the legs and step the left foot back about 2 to 3 feet, coming into pyramid pose. Square the hips off. Big inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale to come down halfway. Core is engaged, legs are active. Reach through the crown of your head here. One more breath. And exhale and fold. Chest gets really heavy, head and neck relax. We got 5 here. Next inhale, lift the gaze, coming into that Gomukhasana. So we're taking the left foot, bending the knee and bringing it diagonally across, the right foot, the right leg diagonally across, setting it down on the mat and sliding the left knee behind the right. Make space and sit back between your legs, flexing the toes, finding a position where you can feel your sitting bones rooting down into the earth here. Alrighty. Fingertips behind the back. Big inhale, lift through the heart. Exhale, hinge forward with a flat back. So lots of energy still happening. And now round the back and fold. I once heard on a podcast from a really wonderful teacher that if you do one hip pose, this should be it, Gomukhasana. And that was from Jason Crandall, who I really enjoy his practice and teachings. Next inhale, begin to walk the hands in, lift the chest back up, lean back, unwind the legs, left leg extends out straight, coming into 𝗪𝗏𝗃 on this side. So the right knee is bent, the foot's about 2 fist distance from your thigh, left hand comes to the shin. Make sure this left leg is nice and active. Reach through the right fingertips on an inhale. Take it forward, reach, 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 and wrap the right hand around the body, trying to catch some kind of bind. The left hand comes around to meet it. Again, clothing, strap, towel, big inhale. Exhale and fold. Reaching forehead to toes, breathing. Next inhale, lift on up. And we're coming into that 𝗪𝗏𝗃. So release the bind. Again, your modification is you can bend the left knee straight in towards the groin and bring the heel back in, just like before, okay? Or you can take this left foot and start to work it up into the crease of your hip here, as if you were coming into half lotus. Take your time. Once you have it in the crease, if you're coming there, rebend the right leg, and you're bringing the knee down towards the earth here to really anchor you, alrighty? Same setup, left hand to shin. Reach through the right fingertips. And then come forward and find your version of a bind. Take your time. So in these moments, we're working on opening the hips. Big inhale. Exhale and fold. Next inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, take your time, unravel the body, move through your version of a vinyasa. If you had the full bind, take some circles of the ankle with that left side. We will meet in downward facing dog. Alrighty, from your down dog, I'm going to give you 2 options to get to Malasana Yogi Squat. You could just step outside the wrists like we do for a lizard, or you can walk the toes in about halfway, take a big bend in the knees, reach your bum up high like a crouching tiger, gaze forward and take some hops, okay? Your choice. We'll all meet in Malasana Yogi Squat, toes out, heels in. If this is like so much for your body right now, I invite you to bring a block underneath your bum and sit up on the block. Also, if you're just tired, this is such a good modification. All right, so toes out, heels in. We want the feet as flat as they can get. Elbows to the interior of the legs, into the knees, hands at heart, and then lift the chest, push the knees out. We're breathing for 5. Feel free to close the eyes. Alrighty, here we go. We're gonna move into 𝗨𝗨𝗯𝗓. So bring the knees together and down to the earth. This is where I mentioned you're gonna really want some blocks. Here's how it works. So we are going to lift our entire bodies off the earth and hang. Sounds great, right? We're gonna build that rounded action using the core. So the blocks really help you lift. Watch me first. So blocks by your side. Hands on top of the blocks. You take an inhale. You exhale to fold. You inhale to push up. And you bring the feet and the knees with you. Whew. And that's how you want blocks, to have that little bit of extra air to find the rounding in the core action. So we'll do it 3 times and we'll hold each one for 3 breaths. And then we're gonna fly. Okay, so hands by your sides on a block or on the ground. And if you can just lift your knees, lift your knees. Keep your feet on the earth. Inhale, breath. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift up. And release. Take a moment. Again, inhale to prepare. Exhale, empty of all air. Inhale, lift up. And release. Take a moment. Last time, inhale to prepare. Exhale, empty of air. Come on up. And let it go. Rest on your knees. That was a lot of wrist strength going on, so do some circles with the wrists. Alrighty, here we go. We are ready to fly. All that work, we're ready now. So crow pose, if you practice it regularly, get into it on your own, practice some variations. You can do wrist taps with the feet. You can work into headstand, coming up and down, and shooting back to chaturanga. So you do you. For everyone else, we start from Malasana Yogi Squat. And a really good way to get over your fear of face planting on the ground is to bring a block so that your forehead hits the block, okay? So we plant the hands shoulder width distance inside the knees, like we're in Malasana Yogi Squat. Come up onto the tippy toes, hinge forward. I like to heel toe my feet in a little bit more. And you want to feel your inner thighs working. So squeeze your arms with your legs. Hug the core up and in. Lift the bum a little bit higher. Adjust your block as you see fit. And start to hinge forward. Hinge, hinge, hinge. Forehead comes to a block. From here, you can start picking up one foot and the other foot. And come back down. Play with that, okay? That's the beauty of a prop. Another way to use your props is to bring your feet on top of the blocks to help you find a little bit more air before you fly. So feet on top of the blocks, knees go wide, hands plant shoulder width distance. Squeeze the outer arms with your inner thighs. So turn on your inner thighs. Hug the belly up and in, hinge forward, hinge forward. Maybe you have a third block and start to pick up the toes. and come back down. So keep playing with whatever variation you're working on, okay? It's really normal to fall. Half of yoga is falling and learning, just like we do in life when we learn a new skill set. So have fun here. Play with whatever variation you want. We're here for about another minute, so enjoy. Halfway there. Feel free to take some breaks in between. Come back into Malasana. What you do want to think about is that you're creating length in the back from the crown of the head all the way up to the sits bones. So really lengthen out and reach forward if you're coming into the full posture. Last chance to play here. If you're in crow pose, you can shoot it back to chaturanga. Alrighty, so wherever you are in your practice at the moment, we now have a minute of yogi recess to do an inversion of your choice. An inversion can be downward facing dog anytime the hips are over the heart. Shoulder stand. Play with forearm balance, handstand, or headstand. So choose your inversion journey. And we got about a minute on a clock. So we'll meet in child's pose after that. In keeping with the theme of crow pose, you can practice lifting up to headstand, bringing the knees to the backs of the arms, and lifting into crow pose if that's what you want to do today. A few more breaths to finish up, and then we'll all meet in child's pose, Balasana. By now, we should all be in child's pose. Take a few more breaths to counter your inversion work. Alrighty, on an inhale, lift back up. And meet me on your back to settle down. Doing a few cooling postures, and we'll take it into Shavasana. So starting on the right side, bring the leg in. Left leg is long and active. Interlace the hands around the shin. Ardha Appanasana on the right side. Pull the right knee into the chest. I like to, on the inhale, let my knee come a little bit away. On the exhale, hug it in. 3 breaths. Working into half happy baby. The right hand reaches to the outer edge of the right foot, and we hug the right knee down towards the earth, keeping the left hip nice and rooted. Starting to wind down from that very invigorating practice. Next inhale, bring the right knee across the body and over to the left for a supine twist. The right arm can go out to the side. Really nice pec and shoulder stretch here. And gently activate the low belly, roll back through to center. Switch sides, right leg goes long, left leg into the chest, Ardha Appanasana, 3 breaths. Coming into half happy baby. And taking the left leg across the body all the way over to the right, extending the left arm out to the side. Back through to center. Make any last movements you need. Take any last postures you want to take. And begin to meet me in Shavasana, our final resting pose. Legs as wide or wider than your mat. Palms down by your sides. Relax the shoulders down and back. Nice long neck. Roll the head out to find that length. Let's take 3 cleansing breaths, and I want you to imagine that you're inviting the breath from your toes all the way up to the crown of your head as you inhale, and as you exhale, it's going right back down, but out of your mouth. So here we go, big inhale. Let it go. Again. Last time. Let it go. Allow yourself to melt, to disconnect so you can reconnect, to integrate, to surrender. Take rest. Shavasana. Without physically moving the body, become more conscious of the space you're taking up. Become conscious of the surface beneath you, the clothing that's wrapping around your body. And begin to breathe deeper. As your body awakens from your breath, make micro movements with fingertips and toes, working into ankles and wrists. Inhaling the arms overhead, stretching the legs long. Exhaling for fetal pose on your favorite side, taking a moment to thank yourself for doing the work and stepping on the mat today. Next, inhale, lift the chest, lift the body, coming into a seated position to seal our practice. Root down through your sitting bones, rise up through the body, all the way to the crown of the head. Inhale the arms out to the side, gather up the energy we've created. Palms touch, exhale them down through heart center, and we need to seal all that good juju with a Om. It only feels appropriate. So huge inhale. Thumbs to forehead, gently bow. The light in me deeply honors and respects the light in each one of us. Namaste. Lift on up, release the hands, open your beautiful eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for that super invigorating, strong practice. If you're new to crow pose, welcome. If you've been practicing a while, welcome back. Remember, if you want to join our online free yoga community, click the link in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the things to support both your and my yoga journey. We'll meet you back here again, the Zen Den, next time. Bye.